The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy.
It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world.
I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and germs and bald-headed worms? Welcome in to another edition of The Wild Side with Eric Clark. I'm your not at all humble host, Eric Clark, coming to you from the east side of Nashville, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day to give my little video a watch and a listen. If you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to like it, give it a share. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're following me on all the social media platforms. Links are below. That way, if you have a tune, a band, a video, something you want me to check out, you can leave it in the comment section or hit me up with a DM. If you are going to leave it in the comment section, all I ask is that you read through first real quick and make sure that someone hasn't already suggested what you're getting ready to suggest. If they have, all you have to do, leave a like and a reply with I concur. That helps my DJ brain kind of organize things into little categories, and after 30 years of training, that's just how my brain works, and I can't say thank you enough to everybody who has been following along and playing the game. Before we get started in today's video, I do want to say thank you to Connect 200. That's the power that powers the wild side. I want to say thank you to Aspen Dental. They're making me feel good, look good, and eat good, so I say thank you to them. I also want to say thank you to Music to See. A lot of the photographs that you're seeing in my thumbnails are courtesy of Music to See. All the links are below. All you have to do is go check them out. And again, before we get to today's video, I want to say thank you to everybody. And first, I want to apologize. Where I live in Nashville, it's a very growing area. And as much as I wanted to soundproof this little back studio of mine, you can't soundproof the sound of progress. So you may hear a little bit of rumbling in the background. I hope not. I hope I've gated this and got everything lined up so where you won't be picking up that ambient. But I do apologize ahead of time. If you hear a little rumbling in the background, everything's okay. It's just East Nashville is exploding. Today we're going back to a Dutch symphonic metal band that was suggested earlier when I was on my little Nightwish journey, and Gabriel was listing out everything I needed to check out. I was getting a lot of comments in that section about Delain. And Delain formed, I believe, in 0203 by, I want to say the names correctly, I really do, Martin Westerholt and Charlotte Wessels. Within Temptation, I believe there's a relationship there. So in 2009, they released an album called April Rain. And I checked out a little bit of this record. Again, man, this is one of those murderer's row of Dutch metal where they're just lining up, you know, killer after killer after killer. It's just an overabundance of talent. Today we're checking out a live track, I believe recorded in 2017. Again, if I'm wrong, correct me and fill me in and give me all the details. I believe this is at Tivoli in 2017. And of course, because it's a song recorded in Europe, Marco has to be on it. And the one thing I love about Marco is he's so rock and roll. He might be the only dude that can wear purple lace-up leather pants. Like, I don't think any of us will ever be that cool. And this is a track called Nothing Left. It's Delain. Let's check it out. You know, it is weird. I'll say this. It's weird seeing him not playing an instrument. That kind of, okay. So he's just going to, it's, okay. I was really expecting him to be playing bass. That was odd. She's got really good depth and width in her vocals. There's still that lightness in it, so it's airy. It's very airy, but it's also very commanding. And it's a really good, she's got a really good width to that range. That's really good. I like that. Good control right there. What I love about Marco is that misdirection in his vocal change. He's got this great, I don't know if it's like a habit or it's not a crutch or anything. It's this really cool thing he does sometimes when he's singing. You're expecting his register to change in a certain direction, but it doesn't. He'll take it somewhere else. He'll take it in a different direction. I really find that very unique about how Marco sings. And this is like the most metal love tune ever. This really has a really good mainstream, and I talk about mainstream. I'm not one of these people that talk about it in a bad way or a good way. I talk about it in a specific way. There are bad mainstreams and there are good mainstreams, and it just depends on what we're talking about and contextualizing what we're seeing. What I'm hearing here is right there with Evanescence and Corey Taylor. It's right there in that metal ballad. Metal ballads, you can pretty much thank Schenker and dude from Scorpions, the lead singer, Klaus Meine. You can pretty much thank them with doing the tune, the whistling one. Jesus, why is this leaving my head right here? And I'm gonna scream it. I'm gonna scream it when I'm done with this video. I'm gonna have it in my head. Gorky, oh my God, I can't believe I'm missing this. But they established the authenticity of a metal ballad, not a power ballad, but a metal ballad, a ballad that contains all of the touching and sincerity of love, but it's also weaving the thread of the thing that goes along with real love, and that's passion or anger. Winds of Change. Oh my God, that was going to kill me. Sorry. Sorry about that. How many of you were screaming that at me just then? How many of you were yelling at me or getting ready to type Winds of Change? Sorry. It was going to kill me all day. Good depth. That was really good depth right there. It took it to a different deepness right there. That was really good drumming. That's that drummer whose name I'm going to butcher, so I'm not going to say his name. Right here. It goes, oh. It's these little things, isn't it? A lot of times when you love a song, when you're into a tune, when you find a song that really hits you in a groove spot, a lot of times what you're going to find, it's a little thing that just makes it that much better. It's a note, it's a herald, it's something that makes the song richer in its texture. And that little drum section there and then dropping it down one more time and then bringing it back in, that's a real good way of establishing something unique within that measure. Really good. Like that's something people will be expecting in the song after they get into it, when they find this song and they find the album and they're into the band. That's part of the song that may seem like just a drum kick, but it's not. It's very unique in how that affects the human. That was good. I'm sorry, but I have to say this about that guitar player. That is a fantastic tone he's getting in there. It's rich in authenticity, and it's really steeped in vintage influence. So when I'm hearing that guitar tone, when I'm hearing that sound, I'm hearing Pink Floyd, but I'm also hearing Whitesnake, I'm hearing Scorpions, I'm hearing Judas Priest, I'm hearing Steve Vai, I'm hearing all of it, but it's his. That's got everything in there. That's an Eric Johnson run. I mean, the chord progression that he's running through is so fantastic and thick. It's really good. It's like I said, really rich in its texture. So that's like I said, I let it play. I let the first solo play. I'm listening to you guys. I let it play. But I do want to talk about that. I talk about distinctive tones. Empu and Nightwish, they have these distinctive heavily influenced tones. And his is really good. Yeah, that was really good. I didn't want to stop it at the end there in that run of the crescendo because, again, it's got that very familiar, comfortable sound, doesn't it? I dig that track. That's a mainstream track. That is a track that will appeal to people who are unfamiliar with Dutch symphonic metal, Delain, Charlotte Wessel, any of that. If people are completely ignorant to this and everything around it, and you play that track, that has a very good, thick, rich, mainstream appeal. And her vocals, what I like about her vocals, and I've used this to describe Floor Jansen and their abilities. I'm not comparing. I'm talking about certain aspects of how they sing. She's able to create that, what I call that scary comfort safe. You know, this you can tell that it's inside of something monstrous. You know, she's inside of a storm, but her voice is that siren call that calms the sailors in rough seas, right? And that's that security that even though I'm in the middle of a storm, even though I'm in the middle of something heavy and something dark and something foreboding, the sound of her voice, even though it is carrying through the lyrics, the tone and the mood that she creates with her vocals is very comforting and very warm. So I like how she's able to do that. And of course, Marco, again, man, this guy's like the Michael McDonald of Dutch metal, right? Like, he's everywhere. He's on everybody's tunes. It's incredible. And they all are, really, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, again, let me know down below. But this is, in a way, it was a project of Martin's, where it kind of started as a project. He was sick, was diagnosed with something, and he started this as a project, and then he had to put together a band, and, one of those things. And he just kind of picked Murderer's Row. Again, as with Arjen Lucassen, there seem to be certain groups of people that gravitate towards each other, and they're just creating this fantastic, rich, textured music. And I really enjoyed it. So that was a good track. Again, Marco, you're everywhere, man. I like it, man. You're like The Rock in movies. You're like in everything. Will Ferrell had a run like that back in the 90s, 2000s. So yeah, you're everywhere, man. Good for you. And the fact that you've done it for 4 decades, even better. And the band was really solid. They were able to convey that that dark hopefulness that metal ballads should contain. And that is a metal in my world anyway, that's a metal ballad. And there's nothing not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm that guy who will argue that. What do you mean there's something wrong? There's absolutely nothing wrong. That's a fantastic song. That's a great tune. And again, it's right there with Amy Lee and, Corey Taylor and all that stuff. So great mainstream sound. But the band, they were able to create that depth and richness while also stringing and threading through that orchestral brightness. So the colors that were colliding were still creating that end result of that white, bright light. So nothing was out of place here. And I like the way that the drummer made that little mark. Again, a lot of people don't see it. They don't hear it. It may fly right past most people, and they don't even realize that they will then wait for that part of the song. It's really identifying, and it shows a level of talent when a musician is able to put their identifying mark within a magnificent piece of music. So he was able to maintain the overall theme of what was written for him, but he was still able to drop it a little bit. And that was, like I said, it's subtle. It could be seen as a throwaway, but I just thought that was really cool. So that was from the 2009 album April Rain, and that was Nothing Left, Delain. This was recorded, and again, I might be wrong, in 2017. So, and it still sounded great. So thank you for the suggestion. That was Delain. Keep them coming. Again, make sure you're following me on all my social media platforms. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button as well. I want to thank Aspen Dental, Connect 200, Music to See. They are those that power the wild side with Eric Clark. I want to thank all of you for participating, joining in, and having fun with me. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark, and this has been The Wild Side.